What's up, friends? Hope you're doing well. This is Brian here with a quick tutorial on how to podcast. From the very beginning, we've had a lot of questions about how to do this from scratch, and I want to help you be able to do that today. If you have any questions about the setup of recording, I'm not going to cover that in this section right here, but if you do have questions about how to get it from the soundboard and record it into a computer, I'm mainly going to handle the software portion of it today, but please email me at blippert@cityreachnetwork.org, and I would love to help walk you through that because all sound systems are different, so every setup is going to look just a little bit different. But today we're going to talk about the process of recording, hosting, and then sending to iTunes so that your sermons can get out to the rest of the world. And the best way to do this, now, by all means, if you're doing another way of recording and you have software already set, go for it. Continue on doing what you're doing as long as the quality is what you like. But Audacity is a great software that is absolutely free. Now, you can find Audacity simply by Googling it here, and then that first link that comes up, you can download it on Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's a great and simple software that you basically just have to hit record, and as long as you have an input coming into your computer with sound, it's going to record it and it's going to sound good whenever you do it. So I'm going to focus on the exporting settings today, because one of the problems is getting a long sermon to be small enough where you can have several of those a month without going over some kind of limit. And it's just better to have a smaller file size anyhow. So if you look at this one here, this is a 55-minute message, which is pretty long and pretty tough to normally get down to a small level, but I'm going to show you how to do that today. So inside Audacity, once you have your audio levels there, you go up to File and then Export Audio, and we're going to name this Every Woman's Everest. Click on File Type MP3, and now Quality is where you're going to save a whole lot of space if you do it the right way. Now, you don't want to go too much lower than 48 or 40 kbps because you'll start getting a really slushy sounding vocals and it just won't sound good. Let's try 40 kbps there, and then whenever you click on Save, Joint Stereo is the other channel mode that you want to do here. So you click on Save, and I already have that one named that, but for this purpose, we're going to go Artist Name, and this is where you can call it CityReach Church, and then in our instance, it's Pittsburgh, and then I've already filled in the rest here. You can fill in track title, album title, etc., and then click on OK. So now that you have your message recorded and edited into a file size that's rather small, we need a place to host it. And one of the great sites on the internet for hosting podcasts is podbean.com. You can create a login for free, and you can have 50 megabytes a month for free. And then if that's not enough for you, you can upgrade for just $3 a month or unlimited for $9 a month. Still very cost efficient and a lot of upgradable things that you can do with those upgrades. And so let's look at the general options here on the Podbean homepage. So if you click on General, you can have a whole bunch of options as far as channel title, a logo that goes out with your podcast that will automatically translate over to iTunes as well. Just follow the guidelines there for the pixels and such. The category, description, and then a few other things that if you want to dig into, you can do that. Here is also where we'll later go over the iTunes feed. This is what you're actually going to send to iTunes in order for them to publish your specific podcast. But let's go back to the dashboard, and we're actually going to publish a podcast. So if you click on Publish a Podcast, you can choose that file that we just uploaded earlier, and from there, you can title it, you can add a description, and the image that you choose can either be that image that you just put into your settings, it gives you that options, or you could upload a specific image for that very publish that you need to do. So then you click on Publish, and you'll be taken to the Media Manager, which will show you a whole list of your episodes on here, of which you can publish there, you can share them, embed them, as well as download them in the future. Then if you do want to send it over to iTunes, simply click on the settings again, go to the feed iTunes, and then copy this RSS feed. From there, you'll open up iTunes, go to the iTunes store and the podcast section, and down on the right-hand side, you can click on Submit a Podcast. From there, you're going to need to type in the Apple ID, which you should use a church Apple ID, and then you can verify the podcast there as well as submit it to iTunes. So hopefully this was able to help you with this process. Again, if you have any questions, please email me at blippert@cityreachnetwork.org, and I would love to help you. Have a great day.